Hey guys, what's up? I'm here bringing you another end of law school related update to follow up on my previous video. My husband and I decided officially to move out of our Stanford graduate housing this week, actually in a day, to an apartment in a nearby suburb. Basically because there's absolutely no reason to be on campus right now. Our space is pretty small for two people, and most importantly, we live in a studio and it's been really hard to have both of us working from home and taking classes on Zoom and having to talk in a space where there's no door that can close between us. I wanted to take this video to talk a little bit about the housing situation. I know that questions about housing here have come up from you guys before, and I've never really talked about our situation because it felt kind of weird to reveal too much about where we're living, while we're still here. But now that we're leaving, I can kind of show you guys. One thing I realized in getting ready to film this video was that actually the time we've spent in Stanford's graduate housing is the longest that the two of us have lived anywhere besides our childhood homes. I mean, before law school, we moved around a lot. My other grad program was only 2 years, so I didn't live in one place for that long. I feel like I've really put down some roots here and grown so much as a person in terms of just skill and ability and maturity while I've been in law school, that it's really, really bittersweet to be leaving this campus and really not knowing when or if I'll ever come back. As I mentioned in my previous video, our graduation's been either canceled or postponed. The California bar exam is in a state of uncertainty right now, so we're really not sure what's gonna happen moving forward. Yeah, I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate what we've been able to have over the past 3 years, our living situation, this beautiful campus, everything like that, and kind of take you along in our moving process during this unprecedented time. So first, I'm going to show you around some of my favorite campus spots. The law school is pretty small, and the area we lived was very close to the law school, so I really didn't explore much of campus other than the law school itself. I did show you guys some of the undergraduate campus in my 3L Day in the Life video because I was teaching an undergraduate section at the time. So today is just going to be focused on some of my favorite spots at the law school. Obviously, I can't go into any of the buildings at the law school, so I won't be able to show you specific indoor spots, but I will take you on kind of a little tour of the outside. And to all of the admitted students who couldn't come to Stanford for Admitted Students Weekend in person, hopefully this will give you kind of an idea of the outside of the campus as well. In another part later, I'll be showing you the inside of our studio apartment. We lived in a building called Munger, which is the graduate housing that's been basically set aside for law students here on campus. It's really very nice housing, kind of has like a corporate, like Marriott type feel a little bit, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. All of the furniture is provided to students, so you don't have to worry about like buying and moving your own furniture. I think utilities are included. The apartment we lived in was in the category of premium studio, so it's housing for couples who don't have children, and I believe our studio was 550 square feet, fairly spacious for a studio. As of this year, our rent was $22.35 a month, which is quite expensive, but this is the Bay Area, one of the most expensive areas to live in, and Stanford does subsidize part of the housing, so it is still cheaper to live in on-campus housing here than it would be to get an apartment on your own on the open market. So let's go take a walk around campus. As you can see behind me, that's the law school building. So from the law school, we have a nice view of the bell tower. I'm kind of sitting on this random like open stage area in between the law school and this quad, but as you can see, there are like these nice chairs. People often like lay out here on this little lawn. That building, ooh, my finger's so blurry. That building right there is the Green Library, an undergrad library. This is the library building where I would spend a lot of the time if it were open. This courtyard is one of my favorite parts of the law school. If things weren't shut down right now, you would normally see people at every single one of these tables, doing some reading for class or having lunch or just kind of hanging out with people in between classes, which is really a nice vibe. That's the law lounge. And on the other side here, we have a building called Newcomb, which is such an unusual and I think beautiful building. It kind of looks like it came from like an architectural model and was just blown up full size. Up there's a really nice terrace with small tables where you can work. This bottom level is the clinic space, and then the rest of the building is professors' offices. So, you do spend a decent amount of time in this building as well, depending on how often you go to office hours. I remember killing time up here when I came for admitted students weekend. This is the path that connects the law school to the Munger buildings. So there are 5 Mungers, and they kind of make this enclosed courtyard. Hey everyone, so we are packing up the dregs of our apartment. This has been a multi-day process because we've actually accumulated a lot of little things over the 3 years that we've lived here, and it's really sad to see this space go. But yeah, we've really enjoyed living in this dorm. Like I said earlier in the video, this is like the dorm that's mostly set aside for law students. It's a mix. There's some other grad students, business school students in the building as well, but it is all grad students. And our building is a mix of studios and I think some 1-bedrooms and some quads, which is where, you know, you have 4 students living together. They each have their own bedroom and they share a common area. So let's take a quick tour of the emptied out apartment that my husband and I have lived in for the past 3 years. Okay, so here's our entryway. They provided us all of the basics of the furniture. So it's got a lamp, little printer area, and you see our hallway strewn with the stuff that we're trying to finish. The bathroom is really big, I think partly for ADA reasons, but it's very spacious. Yeah, just your basic bathroom. And we also have a good sized kitchen with a dishwasher. As you can see, there's also a lot of random stuff around here. The only issue that we really had with the apartment while we were living here is the closet is a little bit small for 2 people with 2 full wardrobes, considering it is the only closet space in the apartment. But you know, not bad. Oh, and it's not normal to have hardwood floors. Most of the studios have like a carpet. Came with this couch, this ottoman, 4 bookshelves, a desk, and a dining table, and of course the bed. I think this is a queen size bed. So that's the entire apartment. As you can see, it is a studio, and while it's pretty spacious, it just wasn't really working out for both of us to work from home during this, you know, pandemic period.